Let's turn to the coronavirus pandemic and how it's bringing people together to try to find solutions, particularly for vaccines like you. Let's bring in infectious disease specialist and ABC News medical contributor, Dr. Todd Ellerin, for more on this. Dr. Ellerin, let's go to the vaccines. The CDC says that we're now administering more than 2 million vaccine doses per day. How big is that?
Good morning, Diane. I mean, this is huge. I mean, think about it so far. We've vaccinated about 20% of adults in the United States in about 2.5 months. And now for the last week or so, we've been at about 2 million doses a day. So we're really getting there, and we have to charge forward. Remember, this vaccine essentially is like a human shield. It really protects us against getting severe disease and also will decrease transmission from person to person. This is exactly what we need. We have to keep going forward.
Now, Detroit Mayor Mike Dugan has turned down 6,000 Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccines, saying, quote, Moderna and Pfizer are the best. What are your thoughts on that move?
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Remember, the best vaccine right now is the one that you get. There's no question. These vaccines have not been compared head-to-head. Moderna and Pfizer vaccines were done at different time periods in different countries. There weren't those variants circulating. What's important is that all three of these vaccines that have been given EUA in the United States protect against severe infection. They protect against hospitalization, getting into the intensive care unit, and death.
We have a few viewer questions now I want to hit you with. The first is, if I've been infected and then received the COVID vaccine, is the second dose still worse than the first dose?
It's a great question. You know, we know that if you haven't been infected before and you get both shots of the messenger RNA vaccines, that the second dose is more reactogenic than the first. But what's interesting, Diane, is if you've previously been infected with COVID-19, it's typically that first dose that gives you more of those reactions. And when people have had the second dose after the first dose, it's usually not as bad if you've previously gotten infected.
All right, and now we have another viewer question, kind of related. If you've already had COVID, do you even need that second dose?
Right. So it's a very good question. So small data sets have shown that once you've been infected and you've received the first dose of the vaccine, you get a very robust immune response, almost similar to 2 doses in someone who's never been infected. So scientifically, it probably makes sense that people may only need 1 dose of vaccine after they've been infected. But, and here's the big but, currently guidance is still to receive both vaccines, even if you've been infected.
All right, and the answer to this question might create a little tension in this household, but we're going to ask it anyway. This viewer says that her boyfriend had COVID, but she didn't. And so she's wondering how long his immunity is expected to last, and can he still transmit the virus to her, even if he is immune, because apparently he likes to go to a bar where masks are very optional, she says.
Okay, well, she's in good shape right now, because what we do know is after we've been infected, that does lead to a significant immune protection. And let's face it, we've been dealing with COVID-19 for 1 year, right? And reinfections still are very rare. So the likelihood that he gets reinfected is low. It's not impossible. There are reinfections, but I think she's in good shape, and hopefully she can get vaccinated as soon as possible so she can catch her immune system up to his.
And the CDC timeline on immunity after having COVID, what's the guideline there? Is it 3 months?
As far as,
if you have COVID, how long, can you go without having to take standard quarantine protections, for example?
Yes, yes, definitely. So if you've gotten vaccinated and you're within a 3-month window, you don't have to quarantine. But remember something: if you've been infected already. Yeah, if you've had COVID, then you're considered immune for a long period of time. But the recommendation right now is to still get vaccine within a 3-month period. WHO says 6 months. CDC says 3 months. We still don't know exactly because of the fact that the clinical trials that studied this excluded you if you did have COVID-19. But for now, we still recommend vaccination after COVID-19, and most people can get it after about 3 months after infection.
Dr. Ellerin, thank you. We keep throwing these questions at you. You keep giving us answers. We appreciate
it. It's okay.
it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.